So John's account, his own version of the gift of the Spirit that comes in that first part of the upper room appearance. He gives the disciples the Spirit and commissions them to go out. And Pentecost today is, for many of us, a huge Sunday, a sense at which, the Christian church came into being, and all that liberation, because the commission that Jesus gives to the disciples to go into all places, it's like at the end of Matthew's Gospel, go to all people everywhere. And that's such an explosive thing, but it's what happens when people have a relationship with God. And today, such an interesting idea to think about and ponder over, the word church, defining as people who have a relationship with God, people who belong to God, irrespective of denomination or tradition or anything else. Where you find yourself and where you find at home, well, that's great, but don't define yourself by that. The relationship always is personal and intimate between somebody who is a child of God, created by God, and then with God. Always and everywhere, the need to rediscover God's great love in our hearts and to do something about it, because the story of Pentecost isn't just a gift like, here's a box of chocolates, here's a wonderful present. It's to go and do something with it. And what is it that Christians are called to do with the gift of the Spirit? To love unconditionally, to put God at the centre of all they are. That means their actions, their words, their motivations, everything that drives them is based on that central conviction, that joy and knowledge that we are loved, accepted, pardoned and set free by the God who made the universe, and that we are called to love our neighbour as ourselves. And just as love in a relationship will find an infinite number of ways of expressing itself, so that is in our own lives too. You can't tell people how to love other people, but to have a warmed heart, to see unity, to reject prejudice and difference, and look always for service and love, will find expression in a whole bunch of different ways. To be childlike in God's great gift of love and quick to offer that to other people is the true meaning of Pentecost. And it is God's Spirit that moves in and through us, that challenges us always, that equips us, that makes us so aware of the truth, the fact of that reality, that we are God's children, given God's love and entrusted with all of that for the people of God's world. It is to bring about the kingdom of heaven here on earth. Universal love, acceptance, joy and peace in the ordinary things of life, every conversation, every action, every motivation, everything we do, all for God's glory, because the Spirit is free, transcending bounds of time and geography, free for always and for everyone. Good news.